Hi everyone, happy Diwali. So, Diwali is around the corner, so I thought I'll start making some of the sweets that we make regularly. So, this is a cookie, like a biscuit. It's made of pineapple, so we keep pineapple jam on top of the cookie dough, as you've seen in the picture in the beginning, the video. So I'm going to make fresh homemade jam, pineapple jam for this. So let's start by cutting the pineapple and preparing for making the jam. So I'm going to slice all the skin off the pineapple, and then try to cut very thinly so that the flesh is not coming off, and then I'm also going to remove all the dots on the pineapple so that it's not thick. The jam is not thick here and there after it's grinded. So remove all the black dots on the pineapple. So I'm going to do that right now. So the pineapple that I got this time was very ripe and very sweet, and it was very juicy actually. So I also want to say that be very careful while doing this, because sometimes the pineapples are like little slimy and you might slip and hit your finger or something. So just be very careful when you're doing this with your hand. So now we have the pineapple beautifully peeled and all the dots removed, and it's good to go. I can grind it right now. You can look at it, how beautiful it is. So I'm going to use this KitchenAid food processor to shred the pineapples. It's makes the work very easy than making it manually with the hand tool. So this one has really all the attachments, so many attachments that you can use for different purposes. So I'm going to just cut it into 4, and also going to remove the middle part, because that's normally very hard, and people say that if you eat that, your tongue will get itchy. Let me know in the comments if you know so, or if you have heard the same thing. I used to not like pineapples when I was young just because of that reason. So now I'm going to shred it with the KitchenAid. So I'm going to make using 2 pineapples. So I'm going to keep half of the pineapple jam after I make it in the fridge, so that I can make 2 batches, because it's easier that way. So once it's grinded, remove all the juice from the pineapple. So it depends on how ripe the pineapple is. You will get some amount of juice, so you can drink that, don't waste it. And then with the pineapple that you shredded, I'm going to use a rice cooker. So this process is so easy if you use a rice cooker. You can make it in the stove also, but for that you have to stand there and make it, wait and make it. It will take a long time. So I'm going to use the rice cooker here. So to make the jam, you just need 2 ingredients extra, that is the cinnamon sticks and some sugar. So you can use any type of sugar. and I'm going to use brown sugar here. So I'm going to just add like a cup and a half of brown sugar and then mix it nicely, and you can taste it, and then according to the pineapple that you have, you can add the sugar. So in the dough we are not going to add any sugar, so it's okay for the jam to be a little bit sweeter. It will make it more nice. So the next step is just mix it nicely and just turn on the rice cooker and let it cook. So every now and then you can just come and check how it is doing. You can just mix it and all that. So this is the jam once it's ready. I have just let it cool down, and so now let's prepare the dough. So the measurements to make the dough is 9:6:3 ratio. So 9 ounce of flour, you need 6 ounce of butter, and for that you need 3 tablespoons of ice cold water. So you need to do the math if you want to do 2 batches. So right now I'm doing 8 ounce of butter. So for that I need about 24 ounce of flour. So I've converted that into grams and measured it. So I'll have all these measurements in the description so that you can look at that. So the butter has to be from the fridge directly. We don't need to thaw it previously. So we just add the flour into the food processor, or you can mix it with your hand too. So I'm just using the food processor so that it's easy. And then I'm just going to drop the butter one by one, or a few pieces, and mix it around until it becomes like a crumbly, and then I'll show you. So I'm going to pour this flour into a bowl, and then I'll just break all the pieces, the butter which is a little bit more thick, and make it, I'm going to try and make it into a dough. And then finally, after it's crumbled and you can make a dough, you just need to add the cold water. So I'm going to add the cold water like half first, like couple of tablespoons first, and then the rest. So if you see now, it's coming together like a ball, and so this is what we want, and we don't want to press it too much to compact it a lot. So it has to be a little bit airy, so just leave it as like that. So once this is done, and then we just have to make the cookie shape. So I'll show you. And for this we will also need the tarts mold, so I'll show you that as well. So now let's make the cookie mold. So let's take a little bit of dough like that, and then we'll just make it into a ball and then try to roll it like a chapati into a thick chapati, not very thin, and make it as even as possible. And then after that, what we have to do is we have to use the mold to make the shape. So I'm just using two baking sheets here so that it's not sticky. If you don't have that, you can use a cling or something so that it's easier to roll. So here's the mold that I'm going to use for making the tart shape. So we just have to press the middle part first, and then we have to press the edges, and then we'll get the shape. So to easily separate the dough from the mold, we just have to sprinkle some flour, and then we try to cut it so that way it will come off easily. Isn't that beautiful? And you can see Simba there. He's my companion. He's always there with me all the time. So we don't have to worry when that happens. So once we cut off all the parts, we can peel all the dough and then remove the cut part. So now let's see all the pieces that I've cut so far. So it's looking good. So here now I have everything done. So now it's the time to put the jam on the cookies. So now I'm going to fill the jam on each cookie. So I'm going to use a small spoon and just scoop out some of the jam and put it there. So one tip here is we have to just make sure that the jam is really thick, not runny. So that is one thing that we have to make sure. So and then we just fill up all the jams and then we bake it for 20 minutes in 180 centigrade or 350 Fahrenheit, and it will be done. So these cookies are all ready to go into the oven. I have completed one Diwali snack for now. So, how is the preparations going at your home? Let me know in the comments. And if you still have the time, please try this recipe as well. It's very delicious and the kids will love it. Happy Diwali, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye. From Vani Priya.